This is Chris. I want to present a little bit about me and a little bit about my journey until I got to Kango. As you can see in my first picture, I'm a natural guy, man. I come from the nature, man. Africa is my mother nature, so you understand that everything that has to do with nature makes me go crazy. But to start,
Yeah, just click down. I think you can just tap.
oh. So I'll show you a bit where I'm from. I was born in Goma, the eastern DRC. Most of you must know it, and if you don't know it, that's your problem. I don't know about being the most beautiful city in the world, but for me, Goma is the most peaceful town in terms of nature, in terms of like lakes, in terms of like environment, everything. For me, Goma is peaceful. And if you can see on the first picture, we have a volcano out there. It's still like every day, you don't know if you're gonna wake up the following day. So that makes us stay on our toes in everything that we do. But we still love our little city with the lake on the side. And the other picture on the corner, you can see that's the, how can I say, it's like the definition of what Goma is. It's a type of motorcycle, but it's not a motorcycle. So normally it's been built in the wood, and we call it chikudu. So people who used to live in Goma from way back in time, they used to have bikes before bikes existed in DRC. So we got innovators out there. That's the second one. So, if you have to know, this is what I thought my life would be. What I knew I was meant for was basketball. And I started my basketball career, I was really young. And actually, funny thing, if you can see on the left corner, I was a skinny guy. And the first time I was recruited in the DRC national team, I was 14, which was crazy. I don't know how I did it.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me, the little man.
That skinny guy?
Yeah, that was me. That was me, man. So I was 14 the first time I got recruited, and that was the beginning of my international career. I didn't play that much with the national team, but it gave me like exposure. I started traveling around the world, playing like Afro baskets everywhere, and I was prone to go to the NBA. But for the NBA, I had to go back in university because the NBA only drafts in the university. So my life was set when I was 14. I knew my career is all about the NBA, and so I was really working hard toward that because that was my life goal until. Until this happened. I don't know if you can see on the top corner behind me, you can see like crutches. So when I was playing basketball, in my basketball career, I happened to broke my leg. I had an open fracture, and that was it. That was the end of my career. And it came like 2 years before I was prone to go to like pro basketball, like because I was playing semi-professional. But this was my call to go professional. I was finishing college, and I was all excited about being a professional basketball player, and then bam, broke my leg. And so this is the turning point in my life. It changed a lot. On the last picture, you can see that was a year after my injury, trying to come back in the game, and I had the whole stadium, even my teammates out there, like congratulating me for coming back to the game. And I wasn't even trying to run, but you can see on the picture I was kind of like leaping. But it was really nice because it was a decision point in my life where I had to choose something different to do, because basketball wasn't it anymore. My sponsor, they left me, the managers, they're like, sorry guys, that's it, we cannot deal with Chris anymore. So I had to look for something else to do. So what I decided was to go back. There you go. So I decided to go back to school. That wasn't the end of my life. I figured, I told myself I can do something else, and went back to school, got my undergrad degree, got my master's degree, I got all my trainings and other degrees. I was busy like collecting degrees. Back in college, we were in college together. We went to university together. He was there to support me in all the things. And even we started working together. Like the first time we got a job with the U.S. Department of Development, he was my side mate. Like everything we did, we did together. And then we separated. Brazzaville. Actually, the last time when Nash came here, I was supposed to meet, but I was in Brazzaville when he called me for the interview, so I had to delay the meeting because I had to finish some work up in there. I also worked in South Sudan. I was in Somalia, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, South Africa. So I was really like living in my backpack. And that was really cool for me. And actually, it happened at the time that in one of my jobs, I was the only guy in my department. That was the best experience I've ever had in my whole career. Working in this office with more than 20 women, and I was the only guy. So, you know, I was the baby of the department. It was so cool. So the thing is, since I love food, there's no way I'll say that this day I'm gonna sleep hungry or something like that. It's not gonna happen. Somebody always gonna turn out for you and bring something amazing. So that was my life. And then from the United Nations, after that, I decided to go back to the private sector. I started working with a couple of companies in Kenya, and then I moved to South Africa where I joined a financial institution, and that's actually from there I came back to DRC, and instead of going back to the United Nations again, and from the United Nations I moved to Congo. So what's fun about me? Obviously, I love my basketball shoes. That's not even a joke. I can even spend like a whole year not gonna buy any trousers, any t-shirts, but I'm still gonna get my shoes. It's like, that's the part of basketball side of me that remain. And when I wanna have some fun, I can be a mechanic. It's not for fun though, it is something I did when I was in college. When you did some part-time job, you just work as a mechanic and that thing remained as a passion. So I do that for fun. And on the picture on the corner, the small picture, you see Beyond Sport. I'm still a consultant. We have a Beyond Sport a business that we have, my friend and I, and that business is to promote basketball around Africa so that most African kids don't have to go through what we had to become professional. They can become professional straight up from Africa. And we're building that platform, so I'm still a consultant with them. And the bigger picture, that's me and my team in my office. Back in South Africa, we used to organize what we call cleaning Fridays. So at least I'll be like 2 Fridays per month. And I was the sheriff. I need to make sure that everybody participated, everybody cleaned the office, everybody, like, it was just a fun activity. And because I like being in teams, and for me that was a way of creating like team spirit in the office. And actually it was really good times because I really had some time up in there. And oh yeah, that's it. Now I'm in Congo, which is actually for me, Congo is a good experience, not in terms of job opportunity, but in terms of bringing Africa to the age of technology and to change people's life. So if through technology we can make community thrive, I'm on board. I'm this type of person that problems or issues or obstacles don't stop me, but I believe that if we stick with our goal, we can get somewhere. And what kind of vision is, man, I still got the same vision to in my own life. So yeah, that's it. If you have any question, feel free to shoot.
Can you get the key?
At basketball on the Congo team.
There's no other basketball player on Congo team, so I can say, no, I am the best.
Team Nairobi, Team Kigali. Christian is saying that he's better at basketball than anyone there. Would you consider that accurate?
Actually, if we organize, for example, if we have like an annual retreat or something like that, I challenge the whole team, Chris against Congo, and see how many baskets you guys gonna make. Boom!
I will challenge you.
Thank you, I got you.
I was thinking we could do golf. I feel like golf is more my speed.
Nah, golf is not sport.
Okay, who else has a question? Nairobi, Kigali, do you have any questions for Christian?
Christian, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Which is your favorite basketball team?
I have two of them. So, and both of them got beaten up by the Toronto. So my first team is the Milwaukee Bucks, and the second team is Golden State Warriors. And unfortunately, we lost to Toronto. I kind of hate Canadian on that one. Sorry, Ash.
We can't. We also have Drake.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay. Olivia, I'm
Hi,
sure you
hi,
have.
Christian.
Hi.
So I would like to ask, now that you left basketball and I've seen like you're still attached to it. Have you ever thought
I
of
go back. I cannot play pro anymore because some injuries. You can't just go back and you cannot change some injuries. I had a broken leg and actually it was an open fracture with the bone coming out and everything. So I spent a whole year in the hospital trying to fix the leg, and I had 1 year with the metal implant in my leg. So actually, right now I'm thankful. I'm so grateful I can even walk, because that was the one thing that was impossible. I had to have like 2 surgeries and things like that. So going back to basketball, I've never left basketball. I'm still in there, but now as a consultant, trying to build my younger brothers and build my friends. Actually, one of my key elements I can say right now is that I'm a promoter for my younger brother, who's now a professional basketball. Managed to train him from the young age, and now he plays in France. So basketball is still there, right? I'm not going anywhere.
wow, that's sweet. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Next.
Olivia, I feel like you must have a question for Christian.
You sure you want to hear my question?
Shoot your question, but don't ask me about kids and me.
Make sure.
No, actually, it's about family, because you talked about basketball, you talked about work, you talked about your passion. You never mentioned family.
Okay, so
So Olivia's question is Christian currently in a committed relationship?
Oh my God.
family. Where do I start? My dad is already passed away. My mom lives in Goma. How can I say? My family is kind of weird. I have sisters and younger brothers, so I'm kind of like the middle guy. For my younger brothers, I'm the role model, the guy up to whom they all look up to. They're like, you know what, I want to be like you. That's why actually you see all my younger brothers that play basketball look up to me in that way. And for my sisters, I was like the backbone, the guy to whom they just lean on when something is wrong. So I actually, growing up, I didn't have time to enjoy myself. I was busy like holding both sides. So yeah. And if I'm in a committed relationship, I don't know why that thing keeps on coming up. No, so far, no kids, no wife, but we never know.
Yet.
It can happen. Yet. Thank you. Nothing can happen.
No
tomorrow.
flirting in the Kendall.
Oh wow, come on. You're the one who brought up the committed relationship
You're the-
thingy.
I was
I
just
said family.
translating.
I was talking
Oh,
siblings.
sorry.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Any other question?
Christian,
Yes.
I think maybe the last one from me,
Uh-huh.
and somehow funny.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you love food.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, how do you balance between food and going to the gym? Because I can see that you like kept fit all over your life. But I'm trying that.
All right. I'm gonna give you a simple answer to that. There is no keeping fit without food. That can never happen, because your body needs the more energy, the more fuel up that you can get. So for everybody that want to keep fit, that want to go to the gym, it's all starting in the kitchen. And if you look at all the diets and everything that people plan out there for sport players and everything, it always goes in a simple formula: 60% in the kitchen, 40% in the gym. You cannot spend 100% in your gym and expect to be fit. You cannot be fit. You're just killing your muscle. So it needs to start in your kitchen, and then you work out accordingly. So yeah, that's what I do. So I have to eat, man. I have to eat.
So my problem is when I've been 100% in the gym.
That doesn't work.